Hello guys, and welcome to another ProfileTree video. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at advanced customization techniques on Squarespace. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. So if you've been working with Squarespace for a while, you probably already know how powerful the platform is. But at some point, you start wanting a little bit more control. A way to push past the limits of the templates and really make your site your own is by creating customized and advanced templates yourself. Now, with this video, I'm going to be talking about the custom CSS, layout enhancements, JavaScript injections, and third-party integrations. So whether you're designing for a client or just want to create your own brand, these techniques should hopefully help you create a site that feels more intentional, more dynamic, and fully tailored to your vision. So first things first is we'll jump on here and we'll just pick out a blank template. So there are several different templates as I've mentioned before there, and they are very good for what they are. But what we'll do is we'll just get started. I'll go ahead and create a blank website here. So once you skip past all that, you do have an option here to choose a template or to build a template yourself. So what I will do, I'll just build a template. So I'm just going to go ahead and skip past all of this. Basically, this part here, it'll just ask you to build up your own template. So it'll just go through your site information, homepage, pages, colors, and fonts. So I'll just skip through all of this and I'll get to the blank template. So we finally gain access to the blank template that we have, or semi-blank template. So the first thing that we're going to do here is using a little bit of custom CSS. Now, in order to access your custom CSS, you need to go on to the Squarespace dashboard, which we're already at. Now, what we'll do here is we'll click on the pages, and then just below, you'll see utilities. And what you want to do is click on website tools. Then you'll have the option then to add some custom code, which we'll do here for custom CSS. So if you click on this, this is pretty much an area where you can customize certain elements. So let's just say, for example, like hover effect on all buttons. So if we wanted to do this, so I've got some code here ready to go. All I need to do here is just paste it in. And now at the minute you could see here that this is our custom code. So I've just skipped ahead there just to showcase this a little bit more. So currently we have a button here. You could see as well that this button at the minute, I'm currently hovering over it, so you're not able to see my cursor, but I'm hovering over the Learn More button here, and it's not letting me see if there's a hover effect at all on it. Like it's not doing anything at the minute. So as I showed you there, I've went ahead and added a CSS code, which is this. So what this should do is as soon as I hover over this, you can see now that it's got some changes. Now, if I went ahead and changed that to, let's just say 3, you can see how bigger it gets. And of course, we're just going to keep it at 1. I think 1 was okay. Maybe let's just do 1.05. So that looks okay. Then you can, of course, ease it in. So if you wanted 1 second. Background color at the minute, of course, is black. And then, of course, the color for text is white. So now I've made it as well that this will appear for small, medium, and large. These are for the different buttons that's available. So that's currently how it's working at the minute. So that's one simple way to use custom CSS. Now you could do that for anything and everything, as long as you're just adding it under here. So again, this is our current area for our code at the minute. If I wanted to add something new, I just space it down and then I can add something different on here as well. Of course, this effect is something that you can't get on Squarespace, unlike some other platforms out there, but it is a simple trick and easier way to do this. If you are wanting to get to custom CSS as well, let's just say you're struggling to find this actual panel itself. Now, the easiest way that I've found to access it is by clicking on the / and this search bar will appear. Now then you can search up custom CSS and you'll be able to just click on it once and it'll bring us to exactly where we need it to go. So that's one method on using custom CSS. Now, another use that I like to use custom code for, or the code blocks is what you call this one, is for, let's just say, adding Canva designs. You could use other widgets as well, like Calendly or Typeform. There's plenty out there. So let me just demonstrate this now. So if I just click on Edit, let me just scroll down here. So I'll just add a block here. And if I search up for HTML, I'll be able to select the embed. So if I click on embed, I have an option here to either add a URL or code. So if I just click on edit, this is where it lets me add my code snippet in or my link. Now, another easy method as well, let's just say, if I click on the add block again, and this time we're going to go for code. Now, the good thing about code, just delete this for now. So at the minute we have, of course, hello world. So the way you would customize this is if you click on the pen or the little pencil on the top left, you'll have an option here for your content. Now at the minute, of course, it says paragraph, hello world, paragraph. So we could just delete that code. Now I have the option here to either go for HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Markdown, or plain text. Now, just for this example, we're going to use a HTML code. And let's just say we put in a script here, or just like a code here. So I'll add like a little countdown timer. So I'll just paste in my code. And what we'll do here is we'll just view it in preview mode. So it's now saying like 23 days left. So this is just a timer that's just been created. At the minute, we can't really see it just because of the background. Let me just see if I can... Let me see if there's a way for me to change the color. Okay, so I somewhat got it working a little bit. So if I just select the exit save preview. So once I click on it, it says loading and then 23 days left. So this is the code. I've just changed it a little bit here. But it's basically telling us the amount of days then for the new date, which is May 1st. Now, of course, if I change that then to June 1st, see, hopefully this changes it. Let's see. Okay, I think I somehow broke that. Let me just see. Okay, so perfect. So at the minute, of course, it's saying 23 days, but if I click on that, it's now changed to 54 days left. So that's the little preview I've got going. Again, you could use CSS then to customize this a little bit better. And the way to access that is the custom CSS or the code CSS. Again, just use that / technique or just go through the website tools in order to get there. But that's how you would code then, using the actual block itself for the code. That's simple. Again, easy enough. If you do need a hand as well, you could use other websites out there to code up something like this. So moving on to our next one, which is code injection. Now, with code injection, again, the way you would be able to find this is through website tools, which you'll see here. Again, if you're struggling, just hit the / and then just search up code injection itself. Now you can see there, inject HTML into the general header or footer areas of your site's markup. So if you click on that, this is where we'll be able to enter in the header and of course for the footer. So what we'll do here is I want a sticky header on scroll. At the minute it isn't. So the way I'm going to do this is just add my code in. Hopefully, if I save that, might have to tamper a bit with it, but basically, once you have this going, I'll see if I can get this code to work, but this header itself should scroll with the site. So that's another one as well. So this just adds a sticky nav effect. So when you scroll down, the header gets a background and a shadow. It's super useful for user experience and something Squarespace doesn't do by default. But that's just another example as to how you could do it. Now, another one that you can do as well is the use of third-party plugins. Now, there's Ghost plugins you can use. There's SQSP themes. That one has the advanced CSS packs. Flickity or Splade.js, and that has like advanced sliders and carousels. Or you could use Zapier as well, which is automate email signup, CRM, form responses. So the way you would do that, again, would be to use the blocks and then just add the actual code in. Or what you can do, so again, I'll just show you an example just by using Canva, just to give you an idea. So it's as simple as going to add block. We'll just embed. Now, with that embed, see if I could just remove the background. I'll have the option to add a code snippet or a link. I'll do that link now. So I've went ahead and just jumped into Canva here. Now, some of these platforms will give you that option to convert this to like an embed code. So that's what we'll do here. At the minute we do have that. So I'll just copy this and it gives me the option then to do HTML, or I could do a smart embed link. I'll just do the HTML here. So jump back onto this website, and then what I could do is just paste it in. See, we'll even try just the code snippet. There we go. Now it should appear here on the left side. Yep, perfect. So of course we've got the design by, so I kind of just don't need that part. Happy enough to remove this area. Bit weird how it's not letting me do that. But there you go. As you can see, I've went ahead and embedded a Canva design. And what I could do then is I can either stretch that all the way, I can adjust it, whatever I want to do with this particular section, then I can change how the layout of this code looks or this particular area. Now, the reason why you would want to do this is some of these plugins can save you tons of time, and it'll let you add features that would otherwise take hours to build from scratch. So that's one of the main reasons why this is good to have. So guys, there you have it. That is pretty much how the advanced customization techniques work on Squarespace. Now, if you like what you've seen there, and if you have a better way to improve it, I'll link a PDF below, which contains the custom button hover effects, the countdown timer, sticky header on scroll, and I'll even add in a fade-in animation on scroll as well. So if you guys have any questions at all, let us know in the comment section below. We'd like to know what you think. But other than that, I'll see you guys for the next video. Thank you very much for watching.